credits will do fine.
Hello, hey, sorry about that, Pog, Ship and Luca. Apologise that you weren't hearing me, but you can hear me now. Voldy, thanks for the follow. Pog, I should be coming through now. If you confirm that? I've had a couple of mic issues this evening. But yeah, so Voldy, we're doing a ROM hack. So this is Decomped Emerald. We're looking at the Pokemon teams at the moment. If I hit this button, you can actually see the maps. Hey Zone, hello. You double attack me from two ends now. You can see how we draw the maps, but we're just tidying up some of the battles. It means that, you're on the YouTube now. Good. Follow us on YouTube because I need to get my watch hours up, and then we can get paid for the ads, and then I can pay for some art or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's really good fun. So this one we're working on, Voldy. It's one of the 3 ROM hacks I've been working on. This is what we call VSG. It's viewer suggested Emerald, the viewer suggested game. So everything we're adding in here is sort of like driven by you guys. I've got another one called Pokemon Trials, which is like a completely custom game following sort of my idea for a Pokemon game. And then I've got another one which I just released this week. So I just made this week, called Lions vs Pokemon, and it's literally what it is. It's you fight 1 billion lions with every Pokemon. There's a lot of work to be done with that to add like held items and stuff, but as a proof of concept, I put it through. Hey Jelly, you're unable to sleep then, or you're trying to use my voice to put you to sleep. But yeah, so Roxanne hard mode, guys. You'll see the can you see the little bits you can just about. Yeah, look, this is it. Everyone always talks about Lions vs Pokemon, and the rule, the standard thing is. In like lore wise, yeah, they're ridiculously overpowered, so Pokemon probably win. But in game mechanics, Pokemon aren't winning. And this is it. So you say Pokemon would bash them, but in game mechanics, I don't think you could. So I've created the game. I don't know how many of you saw the video. Have I got it? Have I got it here? Yeah, I've got version 1 here. So let me just mute the game. So this is it. This is where you start. Pokemon still win with every game mechanic. I think he did make a video on it, but what he's forgetting is the game actually doesn't work like that. Like literally in the game mechanic, it doesn't work. And we can prove we can literally prove it. So I'm slowly going to add like more ways for you to pick moves. But so she'll give you 6 Pokemon. Currently, I've only got it that you get all the TMs. I'm gonna add like move tutors, held items, and stuff. Is it just me, or is it a black screen? That will just be you, Luca. It says it's streaming through on YouTube. Let me check Twitch. Lions Pokemon. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ghost Pokemon and flying types. Oh, I don't know why it's failing on Twitch. Come over to YouTube, Luca. I'm gonna kill. Sorry, give me a second, guy. I'm gonna kill Twitch just for the moment. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Ghost. You're saying Ghost and Fire. Lions are not normal type. So people say this like, oh, they're normal type. They're not normal type. They're lions. They're not Pokemon. They can't be normal type. They can't be a type because they're not Pokemon. So So if I give myself a lion, we go up to here. So it uses Muse thing at the moment, and then we'll use this to go into the box. How do I go into the box? Party boxes. So if we go into it. Hang on, I've got a bit of a. This is my testing version, so it's got a few issues on it. There we go. That should give me a. It won't do that. Okay. I forgot I overwrote that screen. Basically, the lions are not. They're typeless. They have no type, so no matter they ignore all of that stuff with like normal and flying Pokemon. Like then flying Pokemon get hit by typeless attacks, and the ghost Pokemon get hit by typeless attacks. Give me a sec. So the lines will eventually just go through. So the idea is you go to this thing. You pick your Pokemon, and every time you talk to her, she'll give you 6 Pokemon. And yeah, lion battles. It's only got one move, and it will eventually beat you. It is literally called in the code. It's called mystery type. So, you can't escape. Let me try something. I turned off back. Yeah, it's all. I need to change a load of the code, but because you can't catch. I've set it so you can't catch Pokemon. But yeah, it's literally typeless. Yeah, so and it'll keep going until you beat it. So yeah, the other one's going to be like multi battles and stuff. But yeah, someone worked out the maths. Even if you didn't run out of PP, it's going to take 31 years if you beat a lion every second, which is like not really possible. It's not easy, and we're going to set time to like give you time to do stuff properly. Hey Pog, am I coming through now? The lions have one move, and it's called. I think it's just called like slash. I think it's. We'll see in a minute. It's not slash. The lion looks great. Yes, they've got a move called Scratch, but Scratch is basically it's just another Mysteric thing. Sorry, thanks for the heart. It's a typeless move. I've just revamped Scratch. This is like version 1, so there's loads more to do. But yeah, your ghost types don't mean anything, and then as soon as you beat a fight, you go to the next one. Does stab apply to it? I think so. It's basically Scratch, but it's now mystery type, and it's been buffed to base 80. So even with like bonus, yeah, and it's like every time it'll just keep going. As soon as you finish the fight, you go straight back in, and then when you run out of mons, hang on, we're almost there. Out of PP, the PP is an issue. It is literally a billion lions. It will not end until So here we go. We're making progress. Yeah, you panicked and whited out, and you come back. So all those Pokemon are technically dead. So you speak to her. You say, "I'll continue my challenge." So she gives you the next 6 Pokemon, and this will keep going all the way up to the lion. And the way it's coded, it will include every form of Mew, every form of Milcery. So there'll be a stage where you'll use Milcery, and like all of those stuff. It will include all the Gigantamax forms. It will choose all the Megas, and the way it's ordered, it goes through numerical order, and then it goes through forms. So you'll even use a Turnamax at some point. Revival Blessing. The Pokemon that have Revival Blessing will have it. Yep. Hey, David. You need to add Lepapay with... Yeah, so in the next version, all the Spinners are the only ones that aren't getting all the forms, purely because the Spinda form is generated inside the code, where what I'm doing is I'm just listing through all of the Pokemon defined. I think it even has the Crystal Pokemon in it. Like, this game might have the Crystal Pokemon. I did use the same... It uses the same code as VSG. Yeah, so that, I think, is the way to do it, Frab. Is going to be Leperberry Recycle. So the next one I'm going to add is berries. I was trying to add someone who can give you all the berries, which is quite easy to do. Adding all the items is annoying because there's a bag limit of 30. So what I'm going to probably do is add a trainer where you can just buy... I'm going to make every item free, and you can just like buy items as and when you need. So if you want certain items, you can give them across. My thoughts on ZA. I didn't really like Legends. I didn't like Legends Arceus that much, so I'm not super excited for it. The rumours are saying that it's contained to just the city, which doesn't sound great to me. It sounds like you're going to be very limited. 31 years of grind. 31 years of grind, exactly. Even when I had like multi-battles. And that's if you manage to like one-shot it. Like, it takes a long thing. LA wasn't. My issues with Legends Arceus was... is the battles. The battles were boring as hell. The world was pretty much... There wasn't much reason to explore, apart from finding all of the things for Spiritomb. They front-loaded too many mechanics. Like, there were just so much happening early on, which you really didn't need. Like, I got attacked from, like, some time rift, which I couldn't do anything with it because I was too low levels. That was kind of boring. Every time you get into, like, an important fight, you throw out a Pokemon... You don't know what's doing. It's your first time through. But because they have a slightly faster Pokemon, you can't react. You just lose a Pokemon. And that could be like the best Pokemon you got to counter it. Doesn't matter. You now just got to sit there while you take a beating, which isn't fun. Like, the whole combat mechanics were basically shit. And then you're wandering around the place. There is, like I said, there's not much to explore because encounters are sort of everywhere. There's no cave delving and all of these things. And they sort of... the movement was too powerful, so you could just sort of jump and go everywhere instead of like the basic travelling. I really just didn't like it. I got quite through it, but wasn't a fan. Battles Legendary on what battles? It's a game where you try... Well, this is it. The gameplay loop is running around and catching Pokemon over and over again. Catching the same Pokemon over and again to progress. I've never liked the catching part of Pokemon. Wasn't really... I really found that a bit annoying. I get the gameplay loop was meant to be different, and I like the fact they tried it, but overall I play Pokemon to fight things and battle. Battles were weird like everything else. It was good for a spin-off game, but it's not a spin-off game. Apparently it's a mainline game. It was still pretty good. Everything was new. I think people only like it because it was different. I generally think if that was Pokemon, if that came out as like, oh, here's a new IP, it's a Pokemon game, and people and it's called Pokemon, it plays like this. People would be like, it's not a bad game, it's no arc, it's nothing else. Like, people would have been like, yeah, it's a decent game, played the hell out of it and moved on. But I think it's being massively oversold, but because it is Pokemon, and like, yeah, it just isn't my cup of tea. We need a game with environment of Pokemon Snap, maybe too much time. Oh, we can easily do that. They can easily do a game like Pokemon Snap. Cub, yeah, we can do. Shiny Pokemon's fun to hunt, and you can hear them in like SV. I have no... Yeah, so the people who like it... Zone, thank you for the bracelet. The people who enjoy it, I'm just going to do this while we chat. Like catching things. And catching Pokemon over and over again isn't something I like doing on Pokemon. I had the living dex when I played the hell out of X and Y. I had like shiny forms. I had all the sort of Pokemon in their comp ready forms. So having to do it over and over again every generation bores me. I have no interest in what I call inflated gameplay, which is what they do, which is really what it's basically what shiny catching is. It's doing the same thing for hundreds of hours to get a slightly different shiny form. Yeah, I don't want to do that. And yes, it was easy, but it became so easy. It's like, well, I'm still catching the same thing over and over again. It doesn't help me in my gameplay. It doesn't improve like the actual core mechanics at all. Snap. I need to play Pokemon Snap 2. I've got it, and I'm not very far through. But I did really enjoy it. Can you make a teenage Pokemon trainer who only uses a Primarina? I can. I had the original Snap. Right, let's close this. I had the original Snap, and I played the hell out of it. So it was quite nice playing the new one. It was a bit more convoluted. I mean, the first one was quite convoluted in the way you had to go and stuff. But I see. That's what I'd like. I'd like a Pokemon game with decent graphics. It doesn't have to be like top of the range things. Like I kind of liked the GBS style they were trying to do in Pokemon. The Gen 4 remakes. The problem is with them remaking Gen 4 and the original ones were kind of naff. Like, I've always liked the top-down style. It's why I prefer 2D. Much prefer 2D Zeldas over the 3D ones. And you can make it like a rounded-off one, very much still tile-based, and just have a big world to explore, but not open world. Open world Pokemon game. Open world games, you've got to be really careful to make them fun. But having a planned out linear experience, I think, is so much more, and giving a reason to explore. Like the best you could. The Gen 3 is one of the best Pokemon games, and this route is one of them. This route has like you come here for the first time, and you can't really come here until like post game. Well, you can come here early game. You just need surf. But you come here, and the first time you go through, you just fly through. So you're spending multiple times going different routes, finding all these little extra things. Like you come down here, and the first you might notice that. And I remember as a kid, first time seeing this and just missing it. So working out a route, and then that unlocks all the Reggies, and then you got to go around and explore. That's something great. And like Gen 3 is full of them. You've even got like Route 118, 119, going up here using the different bikes. Switching bikes was annoying, but they fixed that in Gen the remakes, which is awesome. Even the caves are amazing. Like you got not Seafloor Cavern, Shoal Cave. You've got the high tide and the low tide. And you come in low tide, you've got the ice room. Like how many of you guys knew there was an ice room? Like I was showing this off a couple of weeks ago. Other people never knew there was this entire ice area. In the game. Can you map literal Orange Islands? Like I said, we are looking to add the Orange Island sort of spread across like the whole thing. Was one other thing, and their own gyms. We could do that as well. Maybe we could just add the whole thing. Make a train level 100 Darkrai. Make him. We already have that zone in Little Route. This kid has a level 100 Arceus from the start. I think you reverse HM and start with Surf. Oh, thanks for popping in. Yeah, BDSP was not a bad game. The problem is, it was BDS. It was Diamond and Pearl. And the biggest issue with BDSP was they literally just took Gen 4 and mimicked it. They fixed the they fixed the underground. And they made it like the core game like experience slightly better. They didn't add to it. Like where ORAS added the Delta thing, it introduced Mega Evolutions. Like it changed the core experience. That was kind of cool. The Gen 2 remakes just tidied up a lot of things, but they tied it a lot to Sinnoh and all these like explorables. They added the Safari Zone and all that. Gen 1 added the entire Sevii Islands. Yeah, didn't do anything. That ice area is base game, Fran. Maybe I should do a video, but yeah, how many of you knew that was there? I didn't make that. The The thingy is obviously unique. But yeah, you go into this here and go down this one. Apart from the Suicune, this is completely vanilla. This has always been there. And I played the hell out of Emerald. Well, not Emerald. I played the hell out of Ruby. And exploring and finding things, like, you've got to go out your way to find Rayquaza and the Reggies. And I thought that was awesome. To get Bagon, you didn't just, like, get Bagon early on. Like you do in the modern Pokemon games. You wander into a cave. There's a pseudo-legendary. It's useless because you can't do anything with it. To get Bagon in the original ones, you had to go to Meteor Falls. You couldn't... And then you had to come along here, come up to an area you could only reach once you had Waterfall, and then you do this big old loop round up here. Beat these trainers who are tough. Beat this Ace trainer, and then you come down, swim around here, and you come up to here. This is the only place you can catch Bagon. Like, and you can't do it until you beat in all 8 gyms. But you have to go like through a challenge, and that is completely missing from Pokemon games now. Could you add pickable starter types and add the mode to the book for starters and also specific Pokemon? I want solo Pokemon runs. I want to be good Pokemon for the whole game. Crypto Battleship, the Reggies was... Yeah, I actually had to get the book out and like translated it all because they came in the manual, the Braille thing. So solo Pokemon runs, you can... I could look at just adding a thing where you can just like... I can add an Ironmon mode into it. It would be a lot of work, and I probably won't do it anytime soon because I'd have to overhaul a lot of stuff. And that, yes, we could do pickable start. Like you pick one of 1,000 Pokemon, and you're locked out from catching Pokemon. That could be possible. I know I have got a copy of code for Emerald that does that. Hello there. You don't have a name, but I have got a whole thing in my other game. Not this one. Might as well open it up. So my other game called Pokemon Trials, the gyms aren't found in towns, and I am working on like the fire one being a volcano. This is the latest bit I've got on it, but like the first where was it? Indoor gyms, Mahogany Hills. It's like the flying gym is found inside of a wooded area. The second gym is a coastal gym, so you find it on the coast by the beach. Third gym, being poison type, is found inside of a swampy area. Like they're not. Some of them are near towns, but none of them like directly in towns. And I much prefer that. And I've got and Gym 4 is sort of the one that is mostly close to a town, but it's inside this thing. Are you making a brand new Pokemon or using some? I'm doing. I'm using a Pokemon. I'm not creating many fake ones, if any. Is there what? So in this game, there is a water gym. It's the second one. So this is my completely custom game. So this doesn't use any existing maps. So you can see like I made a school. Big old area here. This is like an absolutely huge game I've been working on. Very early into development still. This is one which is using all of those like ideas I sort of push and stuff. If we go through here, we can see like the sheer size of the desert I've been working on. And this is water gym. But we're not working on that today though. As much as I'd love to start working on that some more, we're focusing on the actual ROM hack. But yeah, so we're using just sort of existing Pokemon. We're slowly adding extra forms like Crystal type, and we've been talking about adding the Pink type Pokemon. Anyway, I'm being really distracted, not being able to add anything. Reminds me of Blaney's Gym from... Yeah, exactly. Blaney's Gym was great in Gen 2 not being there, and I love the idea of it being more incorporated. And then I can create a gauntlet. So you get to the town, which is an awesome thing. But then you've got to get to the town to the gym, which itself is a bit of a challenge. But once you're there, there's a guy who lets you like gives you benefits and stuff. Oh, hang on, I've lost the. I've lost. There it is. I lost Scatillery. There we go. Right, back to the code. Back to the code. So we're working on improving the hard mode trainers. Or if anyone's only got custom trainers, we can try and throw them in. We can now. So I've recently done to Roxanne, and we've tried to like follow it. So they've all got 31 EVs. Remember, this is hard mode. It's meant to be tough. I'm also going to add away, like, I might just turn off, like, a non-grind mode, so you get IVs and EV additions. So Aaron's now got Sturdy, Impish, so it really hits on that defensive back. I can hardly get any games normally left. How come? Is it because they're, like, stupidly big now these days, and it feels the thing? Anarif, Battle Armor, Jolly, basically, it's going to just like try and outspeed and hit you hard. It's got decent speed already. Lileep, that's hit points and special attack. It goes on the modest storm drain, so like will cause issues with that. Big Root will heal a lot. But regular patient stop, not premium. I did not know there was a difference between plus and premium. Is that like difference between Game Pass? Oh, they used to have gold. I'm guessing that's like premium in their Game Pass. I hate it that they still make us pay for Xbox and everything else makes us pay for it. It's like, I get it, they got the servers, but they're making so much on every game selling their stuff on there. Buying jailbreaking 3DS from Netsy sounds a little sketchy, but I need one because, like, why can't you jailbreak yours? I've never broken a DS. I've broken a Wii before. I've broken my mobile. Well, I used to have an Apple, which I jailbroke as well. A premium's upgraded gives you like two-thirds of the games. Oh, I've never owned I owned a PS2, but I've not owned a PlayStation since PS2. Alright, let's go back to hard mode. I mean, now I've got PC. I just enjoy playing the PC. Playing through like a load of old games on that. Plus, Game Pass is awesome. Although I've been playing Quake Wars lately because I'm old and I like playing games that I used to have when I was younger. What ability should we give to Kavana? I'll say, what ability should it have? I don't really have a plan for this stream, so I'm just going to sort of pop lots of little random little pieces here and then, do what we can do. So just pretty much any quick ideas we'll try and work with. Kavana has rough skin. Rough skin or speed boost? Rough skin. This early on, that's going to be horrendous. There we go. And we want to do nature. We want to give it the, I think it's Impish, which boosts its defense and lowers its special attack. Let me check that. Pokemon Nature's Speed Boost Protect would be funny, but this early on, I don't really think we had the need for Speed Boost. I mean, you're looking at level 10. You're not going to have many fast Pokemon at this point. Impish's defense. The biggest issue is you're going to have very much physical moves, because you pretty much only have physical moves at this point. So, you know, dealing with that rough skin, it's got Aqua Jet to outspeed anyway. It's bloody fast Pokemon as it is. So Poison Fang, and that will Rindo Berry is to protect it from the grass moves. So it will take a grass move, hit you hard with Poison Fang. Yeah, so I think that's solid. How do I do nature? Zubat ability. Zubat has like naff all abilities, doesn't it? One thing I like, what I don't like, is every Pokemon now has it is mapped by which gen it's in. Which abilities do you have? Inner Focus, Infiltrator. We'll do Infiltrator. Just in case. I don't really think it will have much use at this point in time. Nature, we'll make it Jolly. Though its whole thing is, we'll do Adamant. Because if it's going to be doing Pursuit and Quick Attack, it doesn't really need speed. And C-Dot, again, C-Dot has Chlorophyll, Early Bird, Pickpocket. Ability pickpocket. What does pickpocket do? When a Pokemon is with this ability is hit by a move that makes contact, Pokemon with this ability will steal their item of the opposing player. That is pretty good. It has an Occa Berry, so yeah, we'll give it ability. So if you hit it and it's Occa Berry triggers, it will then just nick your item in return. Ability pickpocket. This may not actually work the way I've written this, but we'll see. Nature modest. We can add confuse ray as well. Move confuse ray. There we go. A lot of these have like very much first turn stuff. Then you meet him again later. We're pretty much going to give him the same jazz. But that's there. Carvanha still has the same stuff. Need to pass in the IVs. I need to work out what I'm going to do with EVs. Like, are we going to just give everything solid top EVs? Are we going to sort of slowly add them through based on the position in the game? Because obviously giving everything 252 from the start isn't the greatest. It could just like, that's a massive difference early on. Okay, Falkner. Now, Falkner hard mode. I tried not to. So the way I've done the Falkner battles, as you're getting high level gyms, more trainers have EV train. So this is it. So only hard mode Pokemon will have EV train. Obviously, they've already got EV train stuff, and I think I might just say like, if we do maybe by gym 7, everything's maxed out. So like early on, yeah. Well, nothing has on normal mode. Nothing will have it. Do you remember the Arceus event inside of Heart Goals? Yeah, that one which gave you the egg. That was genius. That was really cool. We could do random distributes. I think we're just gonna do it difficult for that. Yeah, Victory Road. Everything's gonna be like top. So maybe at this point we'll just do like .ev trainer party EVs. We'll have like no higher than 50, so it's C dot. So we want 0, 0, 0, 50, 50, 0. Yeah, let's do like that. So that gives it a boost in speed and special attack. It's bloody cable. I already played Heart Gold. No, I did play Heart Gold. I played it up to the Elite Four when I went through and like did the fix of all the teams, and that's what I've based these off, like that video. Misspent trainer. So I did. With this saying in coding, which is the closer you are to to the keyboard, the dumber you are. Is this JavaScript? No, this is not JavaScript. This is C++. Note Rod. The game is there's no JavaScript involved. I am not a JavaScript developer. Not in the slightest. But I use this program to do the front part, and then I code in C++ behind it. But they do have their own thing called PoriScript to do all of this. Actually, I was recently doing some research, and there's this new piece of software that's come out. For those of you who want to make a Pokemon game but don't want to do coding, there's this new piece of software which handles all of the binary hacking. I'm going to research it a bit more and do some videos on it, but I think that could be awesome for a lot of people. But you could make Pokemon in JavaScript, Note Rod, and I know there is someone who's doing it. I've seen a load of his videos pop up on TikTok, and it looks quite cool. I personally have never enjoyed using JavaScript, I've had to work with it a few times professionally. It causes me pain, let's say. Tinted lens. So I'm going to sneeze. That illness, I'm still not 100% fixed from it. In fact, I just need to get tissue. Java was not made for old phones. No, Java was made like years and years ago. I don't know if it predates phones, but the point Java is what I use professionally. Bear in mind, Java and JavaScript are two entirely different languages. They don't relate at all. The joy of Java is they have something called the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, and it allows you to write the code once. The JVM will turn it into Java bytecode, and then that will then send it to whatever operating system. So you can code it once and deploy it anywhere. It allows it to run on phones, it allows it to run on toasters, it allows it to run on computers without having to like do it every time. Like currently, if you wanted to make an app, if you wanted to make it for like Apple phones, you'd have to code it in something like Swift. And if you wanted to do it on Android phones, you probably use something like React or whatever. Because they have two different sort of like core operating systems running, you have to do that. Yeah, it's used in a lot of things, not just phones. That's a quick like basic crash course into Java. I could go into it because obviously that was what I learned and worked with professionally for years. So we want ability. I love the moment I stopped fighting the lions, everyone disappeared. We were going to do a line stream so you could get the furthest, but I want to code it further first. Ability, insomnia. Nature is modest, and it's basically just going to spam that, and so is Noctowl. Natu ability. Natu synchronize early bird magic bounce. Not really going to need magic bounce at this point, or synchronize. Throw magic bounce in. Not really sure we're going to need it, but and again we're just going to throw modest in. Yeah, so default in this game, the way I'm doing the Gen 2 trainers is the default. They'll have their one from Heart Gold or Silver, and then they'll have my version. Normal fight hard mode, I did double battle slacking a Pokemon skill swap. Isn't that done like in every Emerald ROM hack? I'm not opposed to it, and I'm not saying it likely won't happen because it likely will happen. But doesn't that happen in like every ROM hack? As soon as people are like, right, let's just make slacking an absolute beast. Reference to Pokemon Colosseum, is it? I've never played Pokemon Colosseum. I want to. Something I need to go through. Okay. Ability equals that magic bounce. In fact, I can probably do replace everywhere that's there with that. Take off that. Boom. There we go. The other Pokemon was Slowking. What is? I mean, you can just do neutralizing gas in this because we have that in it. Problem is, it's not normal type. I mean, we're well away from adding in hard mode Norman at this point, but we could just do a neutralize. We maybe just have a train in like Victory Road with like slacking, neutralizing gas, wheezing, and just see what happens with that. Like, and Defeatus Archon, like just a team of neutralizing gas and stuff. That way, you're not having to play with the other issues that can arise with trying to use the right move. I'll do some Russia for you. I'll be back. Do it. I'm not going anywhere. I never do. Nature modest. That's not final. Change possibly. I like to sleep. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful time. We're working on just improving the hard mode trainers with some of the new sort of tech we've got with the latest update. I'm using soundproof over snow warning. We could do snow warning because there's not hail, it's snow. We'll do soundproof to do. Maybe snow warning. Just got back from martial arts. Oh, what martial arts do you work in? Are you working? Do you train in? Shame. One of the guys I often stream with, Ollie. Shame he's not here because he's very into it. Actually, most of the guys, apart from me, are very into their martial arts. Jiu-jitsu. That's the one that's like load of Isn't that all like grapples and stuff? I did one for like a year, but I can't remember any of it. But that was all like a grapple one. I think it was based off jiu-jitsu or something. Nature, adamant. And ability, we know what we want here. We want skill link. Ability, skill link, and then nature equals nature jolly. Add that fast. I love using Cinccino with this. Listen, speeder, spin the learn skill swap. Blissey with slacking could be brutal. Can you make a Yorkshire map mob town as the? I could do. I can add a Yorkshire map. I don't know why I'd want to add Yorkshire into anything, especially not a ROM hack. But we could do. I do have, and it's been requested about 70 times now. I do need to add in a Weatherspoons. That's on my list to make. To add all of that stuff in on pain. Mostly, what we need to add all of that stuff, Danny, is the artwork, because I am not an artist. If you've seen me do any sprite work, it doesn't exist. Like if you go over to our Twitch and try to use some of the emotes, you'll see how just abysmal they are. Well, do you know too, if we're doing past Gen 4 for gyms? See, I'm not sure. Maybe not. We did with. I want them to feel like Ty, because we're also bringing in trainers from other gens. So when we talk about normal type trainers, let's say we've got Whitney and we've got Norman. What's the difference of them going to be? It's quite easy. Whitney's got like so cute Pokemon. So she's got Miltank. She'll have like Fairy and stuff. So that works quite well. Norman, he teaches you all about the different like stats. So he'll have a fast one, a physical one, a defensive one, a special defensive one, a hit points one. So again, he works quite well. Trying to like fit Pokemon with a theme is a tough thing to do. I might overhaul Roxanne's team if I introduce Brock, because Brock very much likes using. He goes fossil hunting, so I would replace his team as like to be the fossil trainer, and then I'd probably use Roxanne more with like Probopass and maybe just more pure rock type Pokemon. Sort of thing. It's more about self-defense and offense. I think most like that. I don't know much about martial arts. Well, but I mean, the self-defense ones are good. Well, they're sort of reactive, aren't they? I don't know. I used to have to do it, and you just did all the blocking and stuff. Because when we did with self-defense, and learning how to like block strikes from different angles, and your forearm just comes back from a session basically being punched in the arm for 30-40 minutes, just on fire. Monferno only has like 2 abilities, doesn't it? Blaze Iron Fist. Ooh, if we give it, I'm gonna give it Blaze, because it's not gonna get the benefit from Iron Fist. It's also mixed attacker, so we want to lower its. We do random nature. So I'm going to comment this out. Nature equals nature. We'll give it gentle. I'm going to commented out to be random. Workshop spinner with only skill swap and slacking would make a great starting pair for normal. I think I'm going to do this. I think I want to do something else with Norman. I like the idea, and I'll probably do it later. So maybe we'll just do it. To be honest, it would be good. Focus slash skill swap. The risk is if you don't target the Spinder, you can just ignore the Spinder. You can protect first. You get something that outspeeds. You're going to struggle to get to outspeed. Or could you like follow me? Would that make skill swap attack you instead? There is a way to make sure that it attacks you. That you can like self attack. Ability no guard. I'm not sure it's going to need no guard. We're going to have to look into it more once we get to that point. Or do we do guts? And then like flame orbit. Yeah, let's do guts. Guts. Item. Flame orb. It's going to be brutal. Absolutely brutal, that is. Galarian Farfetch. I think it gets scrappy. Yeah, scrappy. Got ability. Nature equals. Make it a hard hitter. What we need to start thinking of is the next one, which is the electric guy. He's our next hard mode. Well, actually, no, we don't. We have Rival 2 to do. And we know Rival 2 is already one of the toughest fights. Oh no, his idea was. I was gonna say we can't do sheer force on him because his whole point is to cause issues with thick fat. The thick fat. Nature. We want him to outspeed, so nature jolly. And Scraggy gets Moxie. Basically, if you lose 1/1 to it, you're Moxie or Intimidate, guys. What do you think? I'm putting that one in there for now, but we can always change it. Nature equals it speeds up anyway using Trail Blades. He's going to power up Jolly. And Meditite. Think. Oh, it gets pure power. Oh, we've gone for that, but it gets pure power. I'm going to leave that as it is. I just wanted a special attacker. These I need to do. I'm going to do those tomorrow. Okay. Make some maps. We have an hour. We have... So I want to know... So you come this way. And we've got Slateport. Slateport I've always thought is pretty good. Oh, actually, I know what I need to do. I believe at the bottom of this code... We have call choose Galarian starter. Hide one pick slap. So far, message box received. Yeah, so I need to take this code and we're going to number Whelmer Shroomish starter is base root 100. So we've already got that. So we did the second encounter. So remember you got the fight in Petalburg. So I think it's only an emerald. So we have Torkoal, Shroomish, Talo, Dustox, and I think the third one was Corphish, which is how we did it. Or you mean that's what they've got? Yeah. So this is what we're going to build up on. So we've probably just do a buffer version of this and just get improved the moves. It's already quite a tough fight. So I want to make an update to the dojo. Because someone brought out a great point, which is when you give Mon, and we're giving the Tyrogue, we're not doing anything with it. So I want to do that and just say received Tyrogue. And then we want to call nickname Mon. We'll do that at least. I'm gonna do cool nickname function. If your box is full, your box is full. I can't be asked to fix that. I do need to increase. Yeah, if you've got no more room, what I need to do is do that. Take this Pokemon. I'm super new. What is program you're using to mod the game and the maps? This program I use. Also, welcome Broken Clock. This program I'm using here. This is called Pori Maps. It only works with decompiled emeralds. Decompiled emerald is this. It's all the game in pieces of code. So like. This is what a trainer looks like. So this is a hard mode trainer I've created. So we've got all of that. Do you maybe expand the ocean between Slateport and New Forest area? There is a whole bit which I'm working on. I'll show you the map in a moment. But yeah, so I use this, and this is just on Visual Studio Code. It uses like C++. So, but I also code outside of C++ in what's called PoriScript, which allows me to do this sort of code. Giorgio, let's have a look at that because the New Forest area and Slateport, I've been working on that. We go to Slateport here. We go west. I've started to work on an area down here. But you're talking about like expanding this entire thing into ocean. So like this would connect to Slateport. Let me pull up my map. Yeah, if you're interested in doing coding, or interested in making a game Broken Clock without coding, there is a piece of software I recently learnt about, which I'm going to try and make some videos on because I think a lot of people want to do it, but they put off by the fact that, you know, I start showing all this code and people don't want to learn C++. Photos. Is that the wrong thing? So I'm just trying to pull up an image I created. Not that. That's paint. That doesn't exist. Why is... It's being a right bitch today and does not want to let me share my images. Okay. I think I can put them straight into our coding app. From Stateport to the Harbour Place, yeah. Oh, yeah, so there. If we can drag it into here. Here we go. Do you think you'll be able to add a graveyard for Claybot in Mount Moon filled with Gengar? No, because we don't have Mount Moon in this game. This is Gen 3, Daniel. So, but we have got, if we go over here, so this is the world map. This, I got the image myself if need be. It's fine if I hit the right button. There we go. So that's all right, Daniel. But if you look here, I don't know if you can see my... Yeah, you can see my cursor. That is a grave. Because someone already suggested it. Which would be even more embarrassing for you. Sorry, but... your ideas are great that they've already been manifested. We come up here. We go right here. This is a grave. We go over to what it says. It's a Clefable grave. And when you interact with it, you fight a Haunter that's got... well, you put an Everstone into the grave and you fight a Haunter. So it's a way for you to get Haunters. Experience, like I said, Digimon to the game. A lot of people have also said Digimon. But yeah, so this is the map. So this is the world map as it is. So you were talking about so this I can't draw on this annoyingly, but I want to add I have got a map which sort of has this little dipping down bit, but this was going to link up to here. I was going to turn this area in the middle into like a marshy point. It's only accessible from... I'm debating whether it's only accessible when you've got surf. Or like you can cut across here and you get to a swampy area. Or maybe once you get to Lilyport. I think to get to Little Root Port, you have to take the boat from... as I'm going to move this, I might say like once you get to the boat, once you free Slateport, you can then come to here. And then you can access the swamp to give you a bit of extra area. You can get like Wooper, you can get ground Pokemon, which is going to be very good to the gym. Maybe that's what we should be working on. Maybe this is what we should be doing. Yeah, a lot of people have suggested that. This might make up. I thought it was you, Center. You need to bloody people that use names all over the place. They use the same. Very confusing. I'll show you the changes I made to your map though. So there's still issues with these gaps. I'm trying to work out what these gaps are. But yeah, so there seems to be a jutter across, and I think your map here, the map you created, might have caused it might be too big. Yeah, so I've had to readjust all this. It should link up. But there's you've added something that's broken everything. I think where it's all trying to connect to this, but there's not enough space, or this one to the right is far too big. But we have that issue. I was doing something, but I forgot. Swampy area. Wasn't that, but we can work on it. Yeah, so... Fails confuses you. Yeah, it's something I need to go through and to work it out. I'm thinking... So we got these fuckwits. The Aquid guys. And you've got Birch. What does Birch say? What does the Birch say? So we go into the code. Birch scene. He does like this. Approach player. Yada, we don't care. We install match call. Registers here. Keep an eye out for the rival. And he walks away. That's boring. Hey Joe, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. Hope you're having a good time. We're just let's create the map. Let's create. I want to call like. What should we call this? Swampy area. Let's just call it swampy area for now. We can always rename it. Hey Amy, how you both doing? Welcome to my Thursday night. I'm okay. I'm slowly recovering. I've been feeling like crap all week. So I'm enjoying being able to breathe normally for the first time in ages. Let's pick music. Sevi Island 1, 2, 3. Can they all have teams seeing as they're just there? We could have them as a fight. Can you put Missing No? I want to make. I want to do like a Missing No island. Like here's Missing No, and it's got like an altar, and like things get weird when you get to it. Or maybe tie Missing No to Palkia and Arceus. Maybe once you get Arceus, it unlocks Missing No like as the like true antithesis of what Arceus is. That could be pretty cool. What do you think? Moss Deep. I say Forest is better. Why Forest? I say Lost Forest is better. Lost Forest are Missing No. Nah, Lost Forest is going to be tied like Marsh Tomp and stuff. It's got its own thing, but I because Missing No is kind of like breaks everything for like Pokemon designs and stuff. That's 110 I want. When you think about it, it should all be you want it all to work and be nicely fit together. But then when you pull in Missing No, that no longer is the case. You're straight up just using broken. You're just having a broken game to do what you like with it. So purposely adding in a bug Pokemon sort of goes against this like whole Arceus being God and teaching stuff. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just tying everything together here. So get it all linked together. Can you make the merge just behind the double trainer? Possibly. I was questioning one thing, by the way. Is it possible adding counters to touching the PC, like whenever you try to touch the PC at one stores? Yes. I don't know how to do random number generators in Pori script yet. But it should be possible. I don't know what part of that wouldn't be possible. I would love if the game sends you to a place with Gen 1 graphics. Graphics are a real pain for this. A lot of people have been interested recently in Essentials, and Essentials would work great for that because Essentials you can drop things in really easily. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which is awesome. We're trying to do all the different all the different things. Trying to do all these different like images and stuff would be really awkward to do in actual ROM form because you're limited to sort of how many you can include. If we started doing that, it'd be better. You can do like the whole thing in Gen 1 graphics, but I don't want to. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't want to do that just for like one area. We could create a whole area of it. That's why I think essentially would be better because obviously you haven't got those limitations. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult to work on. So this is part of the Swampy. In fact, I'm going to bring this down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make this 8 less. So that goes to 12. And then we're going to widthen this by another 38. And this is going to be our new water barrier. like that. There we go. Do you have any plans for a ghost psychic area? Yes, it's already in the game. Mount Pyre. Route is 119? 121. We have Mount Pyre. This, I think, can be worked a lot. You can already see I've got the idea of throwing in a dive spot, and I think it's very lackluster. You make all your way to the top of the internal part of Mount Pyre, and you get Shadow Ball, which is pretty cool. But I want to add in, so before you drop down, maybe you go to something else, and then you make your way all the way down again. It reaches you to. It doesn't really do much, so I want to fit that out. But I think if you make all your way up and all the way down, maybe this area in the corner opens up, and this will lead you to Giratina. So Giratina, I think below here. Also, yeah, this area can be just like expanded a little bit. We've already got Arceus, but we could add like we can expand this a lot more. Otherwise, not much ideas. Cinnabar is not on the game as well. That's Gen 1. So we've got this coming on. That's there. 2, 3, 4. I know, but I see. For Missing Note, yeah. I mean, if we could add Cinnabar. We could just add Cinnabar into the game. Tony, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I know you've been here for a while, but yeah. We're planning. I want to. In theory, I'd like to add every Pokemon into the game. That would be best case. Realistically, that ain't really possible due to the sheer sort of number of Pokemon there are. So where we are expanding the ocean a lot, we're probably going to add in loads more islands because, they said there's too much water in. That's not the one we want. They said there's too much water in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. We're gonna up that number. We're gonna add so much bloody water. They're going to want us for Crimes Against Humanity because it will be stored up in one place. This is problem is I'm just trying to think of the shape for this. If we're not careful, we're going to end up mixing salt water with this because this is salt water to the left. When you actually think about it, can you get salt water? Salt water swamps. I imagine you could. I don't know anything about swamps. Get more wave tiles or water or tiles that water. Can you add more wave tiles to water tiles that move you? Yes. Yeah, I want to expand all that whole water area, all the watery stuff, a lot. Mangrove. Are mangroves saltwater? So I'm using the Moss Deep tile set, which I think makes it brilliant. Works really nicely for doing this sort of piece. What area are you in right now? This is a custom area. This is going to be a swampy area. So it connects from Slateport and down to here. If we go into our map, when it loads, we're looking at this area in the middle here. So it's basically this piece. So this whole area is going to become, it's going to become a swamp. Oh, sorry for my nose. So I think maybe I'll just add it up to the size of this tile here, which is 20 high. I'll get It's a big place. Yeah, so this is basically this area. When we make this game open world, you'll be able to travel through this way. In the linear version, which we're working on now, it's going to be accessible after you beat the rival, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking once you've beaten the rival, you'll be able to access this. Or maybe you need... maybe you get your first bike and use your bike to get here. Because you'll be able to access your bike once you get to the third gym, and then you can do some backtracking and come here. This is going to have some like ground Pokemon that are going to sort of be quite useful. I suppose I need to add another connection in, which is here. Just to the right. That's going to be Swampy. And we actually need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to move 8 width again. Strength would be useful. That's after Oldale. No, strength you don't get till after Lava Ridge. I think strength with Lava Ridge. Gym. I want it to be accessible. You get Rock Smash from Gym 3. The idea is I want you to be able to explore before you come here. So before you do the gym. Oldale doesn't have a... Oldale's Surf. But... Oh, yeah, Oldale's Surf. You confused me. Yeah, Verdant Surf. So that's the thing. So I think this area should be accessible. You want to be able to access it before Gym 3. Got a lot to play here with here. I need to add another connection in. This is good. I might have to remove all the connections just to make things flow nicely. What am I looking for? Slateport. This is on the right hand side. Connects to there. Yeah. So more. Yeah, I'm gonna say Moreville. You get Rock Smash, which is like. I don't know if we really want to do it. So I'm trying to visualize this. I wish I could draw, but paint is not showing up on my capture machine. Because we could connect this up and have like it would look weird, or we can have this as one big thing. This bit is that. Yeah, let's do the original plan, which is going to be take the water. And this will sort of make its way down like this. I need a bit of gap between we start doing swampiness and non-swampiness. Just because otherwise it's like, for example, if I put this here and go there, it's going to show us a purple square. Here's something I quite liked, I recently learned about. If I go to view, player view, this square is basically what the player sees. We can now see what the player sees as they're traveling around. So if we go to a custom area like this, you can start to get a sense of where the player is. So you know if it like standing here, they can see the choices and options where they can go. I think is an amazing tool to add, especially when you're trying to... It's to stop you making massively unwieldy areas which may look cool when you're like viewing from above like I am, but they play horribly because the player can't see crap. How do you design your routes, by the way? Mine always looks so square and angular. That's yeah, it is Aether. So depends on the route I'm planning. I try to make sure my routes have a rough idea on what they're doing. So this isn't really a route. This is just more of a general place to play. So I think, what is the idea of this, of each area? So this is going to be a swampy area to connect up Little Root Port to the rest of the game. So you can get to Little Root Port, make your way across. So I guess you could call it a route, and it's opening up to the early point of the game. So I think I need a route from there to there. Okay, so first thing I'll try and do is draw a critical path. So this is the main route the player will take. So I take pretty much a big red object. I'm probably gonna come in from here, and then again, if it's just set up, maybe that's what we do. We set up the boat, and then maybe you do something here to open up a route that way. So like the player can do it, but like in the open world game, it's already done. So I'll draw my critical path. So from here, I want to go to this corner of the map, and then from this map I'll go down. So with my critical path, I can then think of like extra areas to go. So maybe we want to come to the coast, maybe we want to go to there, and start to identify gaps. I think this isn't sort of a normal route, but it's hard to say. And then once I've drawn everything, and I draw everything very basic, like in a sort of a pseudo way, I'll start to like throw in some rough tiles. So I want this tile. So I'll obviously need to make sure there's a gap between what's going on. So I'm just going to throw in a rough bit of this. So we're going to have a gap in the trees there. Don't worry about what it looks like. You can always fix that later. And again, I need a bit of discourse here. This is only to protect the weirdness that happens with the points. And then once I've got that in, I can then just start to throw in the actual design of everything. So this being wanting to be the swamp, I want to start throwing in sort of my swampy my trees areas. I'll get my water and start throwing in the water. And then if you've got something too square, just run along the edge with a tool and cut things apart. Hi David, welcome back. Yeah, so it being swampy, we want to introduce a lot of water. We're gonna go, I don't know, but we'll do this type of water. We'll smart path it in. So this is walkable water. I'm gonna have to differentiate between deep and walkable water, I think. What we could do, if we're not taking the boat, maybe we do make these 2 points reach each other. And we have a... maybe this isn't the swampy area. We could probably still do it. We could do that. And then we can have this. And then we can go across. Where is this? This is right here. So it's a custom area we're working on, sort of between Slateport and Little Root Port, to introduce some sort of new Pokemon and stuff. So I want it to have sort of a swampy feel, but maybe I'm sort of leaning away from that. But it's accessible as you get a boat. So you can sort of like hop across. Maybe we could have a half-built bridge. We're going rapidly away from this being a swampy area. I do want to do a swampy area though. I was thinking swampy as a DPP as well. Yes, I do want to do a swampy area. Maybe it should be here. Or to be honest, yeah, I don't know. I made a swamp in my other game. I'm showing my swamp from the other game. Give you an idea of what I'm going for. There are no muddy tiles. No, that's the thing. I would probably have to make some. So maybe I hold off. Stitch from Obsidian Thicket. Here we go. Yes, this is the map for my other game. And I've got what I've called the Obsidian Thicket here. And this is how I've done it. I've used the moss deep tiles to make this very unique thing, and I've used the water here, and I was thinking more of that. But you really need a lot of space to play with, and we haven't got much space here. So maybe we just use it as a bit of a unique area. Maybe deep in the swamp area, the boss battle, powerful Swampert. It would be a great place to throw Swampert in. Yeah, where do we currently get Mudkip? I've added Mudkip into the game. No, it's been removed because I changed. No, yeah, it's been removed because I updated the code. Bloody, I just remembered what I could have done as well. We need non-ground boss mons. I mean, swamp you can do loads with. Maybe a swampy area should be somewhere totally different. Maybe up here. Although that's going to be the desert, isn't it? So the desert's going to push its way up there. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted to, instead of this linking up to here, this we're going to move this down to here. So you go across and then you reach Mirage Island and you can just go past it. And this gives us a massive width here, and we're going to extend this along. And we have our big thing here. Toxicroak is a good choice. Hey, Null. No, this is where... this is our rainforest here. So we got the rainforest there. So maybe swamps here. Yeah, the swamp should be up here, shouldn't it? Yeah, I think we're jumping the gun a bit. Or we could always just make a swamp island. Like a big old island in the middle. Okay, we're not making a swamp. We're just making a route. How long am I doing? I've got 20 minutes. Okay, so new plan. Toxicroak is a good choice. Have we got Toxicroak? I think you can already get Croagunk. In here. You could make a bike track like Excite Bike. Actually, that worked brilliantly. Yes, because you've got the bike route here, which is where all of the speed bikers go. But, like, that's great for your Mac bike. But what about those who want the acro bike? Maybe we should have that. Yeah, like, so you... Yeah, so you come in. Hang on. I'm going to draw this. I think we're onto something here. I do think near Wood area near Lily Cove City is a good choice since it's all puddle. Yeah, I think that's why we should do it. Yeah, swamp would be a great idea. So what I'm thinking is we're not going to do a swamp. We're just going to do a cool area and we're going to make it bike themed. So we're going to cut a path through here. Let's just run a line through for now. We'll tidy it up. Cold area is completely different because I want to expand the ice cave, but we're going to probably do so we're working on that's the thing. We're going to put the top of Meteor Falls, so that's going to be like a late pace game area, and we're also working on a mountain here. But we could just put like an island. We could just might just have to make a cold island. Hope it doesn't have any cold tiles. So we have to make that made as well. What program do I use? What program do I use to edit maps? I use Pori Maps. It only works with Decomp Emerald, so you have to have a bit of an understanding of how. You got to have a bit of an understanding of coding to use Decomp Emerald, but it's what I use. I've recently been researching more how to use binary hacking, so I'm going to do some videos soon on, the difference between binary hacking and decomp hacking, just to sort of help people make a decision on how they can do it. Because this only does the maps. This doesn't do the coding. If you want to code, you literally have to. So let's pick this is my dojo. This is a dojo I made. The code looks like this. and it's like it's pure coding. It is playable right now. The demo is available on our Discord. You can find our Discord inside of our profile. Is demo version 2.2, I think, at the moment. We've got loads of work to do still. Yeah, it is playable. And so the way we're doing it is we're doing it in an expansion. So we'll make a change and then we'll release it. So we've got up to demo 2. Demo 2 is up to Dewford. What we're now expanding is Dewford up to Gym 3. And that'll be this month. And then next month we'll work up to Gym 4 and so on. So every time we get to like the next key point, we'll try and just improve things from there. And then once the games will finish on that one, we can then do the big things like the Dinosaur Island, Evergrande City expansion. I'm waiting till it's phone so I can play it on my Emu. Yeah, waiting for it to done. You're going to be waiting a long time. I do apologize for that, but like it's. I do have some support from like some other people. We've got some artists who have been quite helpful. We've got some guys who've been supporting with maps. But like 90%, 99% of it is done by me, and I only get a couple hours a week to do it. So if I could make this my job, I would spend like 8 hours a day coding it, and you'd have a full game by the end of the year. But at my current rate, possibly in 2 years. Plus the other one. Where you're doing now, it'd be cool to have a bike against option on your tracks. Yes, let's do that. So something I've started doing is when I make a new map, we get this big open thing. We can just start writing ideas. So this isn't Swampy area. Bike area. Thank you for the credits, Buds. Not Swampy. I'm going to have to rename that. So, use Acro Bike to get around. I love this project. It's so fun to see. I'm glad you enjoy it. I've been lacking on the videos recently. But, like, I have so much fun just going live and just doing things as people come up with them. And just talking stuff. It's a great place for Cyclizar. We could even tie in the bloody legendaries into this bit as well. Thank you for the donut, bud. So yeah, bike gang. So we're gonna have a bike gang blocking you. Maybe they're blocking you from coming round or doing it. Yeah, that works. Cyclizar. We got the Gen 9 legendaries. Now we've done that. Hey, Wesleyan. Good to see you live again. Yeah, I'm live for another 15-20 minutes. I try to go live every time in Gen 1 has bikers. Gen 1 is great, but we don't have bloody Gen 1. We're not on Gen 3. Yeah, I try to go live every Thursday because my wife's out, which is why I need to go because I need to pick her up soon. I need to try and do it more lives times in. It's very difficult. Also, Wesleyan as well, thank you for the heart, and thank you for the TikTok. I will sort out the charity stuff soon. I sent an email out with someone. There is a charity event I'm working on in a couple of months. So we're going to be using all of the stuff you've donated to us through TikTok or whatever. TikTok, subs, gifts, same in Twitch, gifts and subs. This will all be part of our donation to this charity. We're basically going to be sponsoring some things in them, but that's the way of sort of donating money to it. So yeah. Gen 3 has bikers, yes. It doesn't have biker gangs though. They all look like this. Are the hideous in Pokemon? I don't know what you mean now. Leaf green, fire red bike class. Yeah, there is no leaf green biker class in this at the moment. Are the hide hideous? So I'm not sure what you mean. I don't know why I'm doing it. Hideouts. Did you mean secret bases? Secret bases are in, and we're gonna put. Once we get to a point, I'm gonna put secret bases like everywhere, and like a lot of the guys who've worked on it, and like people who've been here for a long, like through most of it. It's like you guys. We're gonna add like secret bases into the game. So one of my favorite parts I've added in my other game is like secret bases where they give you Pokemon, they give you a tough challenge. Hey, Lapras and Joanna, how you doing? Yeah, the trailers are like we'll add some like biker guys. All right, so I've been trying to draw this for us. So I'm thinking we come in, you climb a little rock, and you hop over this way, and then you come across. So this gives us a raised up area here. I might have to, yep. We get a raised up area here with a couple of levels. Maybe like that. But I hope you're having a good day, Lapras Enjoyer. We can throw some grass in here. Because this area is going to be blocked until you beat the bikers. Maybe the bikers are here blocking you. And you can have... This will be a lot of water. Which I think works quite well. Thank you for the likes, Wesley. But no, I'm glad you guys like the lives, because I've been making Pokemon games for years. I've never actually released any, but it's something I've been doing like a bit here, a bit there since I was in school, and I've always been like, oh, I never get very far with it. So I was like, okay, well, finally, let's. I was talking to a friend of mine, who like makes some Pokemon art, and she was like, oh, well, let's stream it, because I enjoy streaming. I've been doing streaming for like 3-4 years now. So let's stream this. And it seems to have some fun. It gives so much more. I've been working on my other game for over a year now. Like I've been doing the streaming Pokemon game get deving. But yeah, it does keep me out of trouble at least. You haven't released. Gotta play Skyward Sword. Do it. Do it. Skyward Sword is... I've not played it, so I can't comment. You haven't released any because you've never finished them completely. Basically, I mean, I was working on when I was literally in school. And it was I didn't fully answer. I was just having some fun. I then was working on another one. But what would happen is I'd code for like a month or so. And a lot of time I was doing binary hacking. And like binary hacking is really frustrating. Like you change a line and the whole thing breaks. And it's really fiddly. I'd get annoyed with it. I'd get really into it for about a month or 2 months, and then it'd be like, well, I just stop because something else takes my fancy. So the idea of, and I could dig them out, but they're in like old computers and stuff, and they're not good. They're very early on. They're not well balanced. So the idea of doing this was actually like, if I get an audience, I'll be more pressed to do it, and I'll be more likely to talk to people instead of just like hiding away in my room and just coding away. How do you even make a Pokemon game sound fun? So there's 3 ways to do it. I do what's called decompilation. So all the codes have been broken down into subsequent code. Use Porymaps and Visual Studio Code with that. That's just the way I like doing it because I'm a coder. I work in software development day in, day out professionally. So I have that experience. You can use Pokemon Essentials, which is an addition to Pokemon is RPG Maker, which doesn't take as much like knowledge, but is like a nice easy way to pick up, which is pretty awesome. You can also do binary hacking. There's tools like Advanced Map, but I very recently learned about a new tool which I want to look into, which will have everything on. So if I can pull my finger out my arse and spend some time doing some editing, I really want to start. I really want to talk about all these other ways, because if we can make, I am all up for like trying to make hacking really accessible. And if we can have like loads of people coming up with ideas and doing little bits here and there, it would be awesome. And I know Game Freak would hate it, but screw them. I want to play loads of ideas. Hopping stones are just what we're going to use. We have them. They look like this, so I might have to fix them up a bit. Make Pikachu have Kick Balls attack. We can add a Kick Balls attack. What's it do? Is it or is it just like a weird Zekrom attack? Have you made caves yet for this game? I've made a few caves. For this game, I've made a few. We've got the ground floor of what's Crystal Cave. This is where you'll start to catch the Crystal Pokemon. This is eventually going to lead to either Dianthe or Necrozma. I'm not 100% sure. Thanks, George. Thanks for... I'm working on it slowly. It's an ultimate that does 30 damage at level 1. So it's kind of like Sonic Boom, but just that. We've got the other Crystal Caves. This is where you get Crystal Onyx. Although this may end up changing. We've got a little room where you get Manaphy. What other ones have I worked on? I haven't done loads of caves yet. We got the Lost Woods. We got the Moon. That's not really a thing. Yeah, I haven't done much in the way of caves yet. My other game's got tons of caves. But this one really hasn't yet. Watched his video for a while, really wicked stuff. Yeah, Kai, I realised today, it was yesterday, TikTok. So if you release videos, TikTok after a year says, oh, this video was one you posted a year ago. You should post it again. So sometimes I do. Because there's nothing better than double dipping in that ad revenue. So I found out yesterday is a year since I started streaming working on this. Not this game, it was my other game. Yeah. It stuns your opponent for 3 turns. I don't know if it's possible to stun someone for 3 turns. I do feel that's a bit overpowered, so I think we might skip that. I'm always double dipping. Well, a year ago, I had 1,000, 2,000 followers, maybe. Oh, no. A year ago, we had 5,000 followers. It was mostly from a lot of the videos I was doing, which are good temporary things. I've also got code for like TikTok plays Pokemon and stuff, and I've got like a bot that plays Minecraft, and like viewers could interact with it. So that was getting us quite a few followers. But wasn't really happy with doing that. So I started doing this, and yeah, this got us like this eventually got us enough followers. It didn't do it straight away to make enough. We can now like make ad revenue, which is like pretty cool. Well, I think it's pretty cool. So I've started like having to like remake some videos and stuff. Thanks for popping in, Centre. Catch you later. But yeah, so we're slowly working on doing just getting some ad revenue. I don't get much. I think get like every 1,000 views on a video over a minute long, I get like 10 pence. Would you be double doing social setting at a party there? Mate, the thing is I wouldn't do in a social setting at a party. I don't have much in the way of what you would say normal social skills. I'm capable of talking to people. I'm not like a shy, awkward person. Well, I'm awkward, but I'm not awkward in the shy, hide away sort of style. My mate's wife, I met him. He did a housewarming in his new house. So he was like, "Oh, Rob, I want to introduce you to my girlfriend." At the time, I met her while my flies were broken. Like I couldn't get them up after I went to the toilet. So I had a cocktail stick through my flies, which I was trying to use to get as a fulcrum to like try and leverage the flies back up my trousers. I didn't want to sit there with my flies undone. So of course he goes, "Oh, this is my lovely girlfriend." So I'm there like, "Nice to meet you. I'm Rob." Waving my crotch towards her with this cocktail stick through the flies, like, "Can you help me? I'm having some trouble here." So that's the sort of thing I like. Double dipping is the least of my worries. Like I'm sure if when the guys are here, when we normally stream as the group, the stuff I'll just do. Always a bit weird. I like hosting parties and just stuff, but I've never had a qualm about being awkward, but not weird. Like in a like that, I wasn't a weird guy at school. We all know there's a weird guy at school. It wasn't me. I know who the weird kid was, and he was odd, but just more adult weird. Sounds like a great addition to the party. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm 30 now. I should really grow up and not do this stuff, but I still love a good drinking game. At my 30th, we're like running all these stupid games as you only do when you're just turned 30, or you do when you're like 20. I haven't grown up since I was about 23. I went camping in the summer, and I was hanging out with a load of sort of 23-year-olds on this camping trip, like some of my mates and stuff. I was like, mate, it turns out I'm just as mature as you lot. I hit 23 and just like, yep, done. No more growing up for Rob. That's all I need to do. I'll get better at my job and mature professionally, but that's a fine age to be. Ledges would be fun as jump. Yeah, so I want to build this up. I'm thinking a little area here, maybe gap that one out. I'm just trying to draw it out at the moment because this is going to be very awkwardly complicated to get looking right. I'm 32. Age is fake. This is like one of those Reddit story TikTok video where If people want, I could just sit here and talk nonsense about my life while I code in the background. Because that's pretty much what these streams are. Like, this is what I love doing. Is just chatting to people, and I could talk about I could come up with bullshit to talk about all day. That's annoying. There isn't a tile to do this across ground. The problem with these Reddit stories is half of them are made up. I had to live this stuff, which was fun. My mates like bringing up the time I met Bear Grylls because the bastard tried to steal my breakfast. We did steal my bloody breakfast. He like came over. Oh, I'm tired from the helicopter, and I'm there cooking. I don't really care. I've met famous people for like various things I've done in my life, but I really don't care about them. Like, I've got my own stuff to do. Don't leave me alone half the time. So every time I meet them, I seem to have some like awkward story with them. Everybody walked off my breakfast, and every time I seen him since, I'm like, "You give me my bloody breakfast, give me food," and he was just like laughs at me and walks off. The bastard. I should just not be allowed outside. Okay, so we're gonna draw out because I've literally got like 5 minutes. So I'm thinking hop up here. Maybe we have an island here. And then we do... Maybe we have more water. And we do like hopping island, hopping over. We can grass this out. I might need to make a new tile for hopping up. We do something like that, and then you can come over here. Maybe we could even do a time limit on this, which could be quite good fun. Do that. Then we want to climb a bit more. It's bloody great when it decides to do that. Alright, I am pretty much gonna... Okay, I think I'm gonna throw a picture of this onto the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you can find the link in our profile. It's a great way to stay in touch with us as we're coming up with ideas and everything. And I'm posting like questions and stuff in there for you guys to keep on track with. But I think I'm going to post a video of this and we'll start like drawing it on with a pen or whatever. In there to come up with the idea. That one goes there. Oh God. Doing corners is a bitch. There we go. Hoenn for me was my favourite game experience growing up. I love the new... I absolutely adored Hoenn playing through it the first time. Treehouse City, it was so good. There is a Discord, yes. Our Discord is in our profile. I'm slowly revamping it. But from there, you can download all my ROMs. So you can download the demo version of this, which goes up to Dooford. You can play the demo version of my other game. You can also download the first version of Lions versus Pokemon. That's available on there. We'll try and keep up to date with like questions and whatnot with you guys. So I've now introduced polls and stuff, so we can get more ideas on and go a bit more technical. Because a lot of the time on streams, I want to try on streams. I need to try and stick to videos. Well, not videos. Try and stick to the more visual stuff. So on there, you'll see a lot more code-based things. It is in my bio, yeah. So what do you think? We jump up there, rush your way down. We'll have like a gravel track to finish on. And we'll rush this as like the final area. And we're going to have the grass be... Don't know where we put the grass. Maybe like secret grass tiles up here and have something rare. that ain't it. But this is a start, isn't it? Gotta start somewhere. This is going to take a while to work out. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to save this and have a play, and we'll record this video. But I need to go commit my wife. It's good to see you all guys today. I'll see you next time I'm live, which will probably be next Thursday. I might, depending on how the rugby goes on Saturday, stream Sunday. There's a good chance I'm going to be so hungover we won't be able to. But no, have a good time, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.